Hello everyone! Thanks for joining me today with Stamping and Crafting with Loretta. Today I am bringing you a second Halloween card. This is for a tag swap on creating the crafty life. Before I started shooting this video, I did do a lot of die cutting to pre-cut things for my tag here. I also had already covered the tag with the scrapbooking paper, which just came from my local AC Moore. It was just open stock paper and it was on sale. There is a lot of usage, once again, of Shrinky Dink brand name plastic for the bats and ghosts and some other elements on the page that you will see. I am coloring those pieces in using my Copic markers. I did try to start by putting it on this tag so you could see it a little better, and it ended up that you couldn't really see it that well at all. So I cut some of that out. The trees themselves are from a Sizzix die. I die cut those using my Big Shot Express machine. I'm using a blending tool and just some regular Copic black ink to sponge that moon, and now I'm going to edge the other pieces with a Copic marker. And I applied pop dots and then layered those three pieces together to give it some bulk. And then I used some more adhesive. In this case it was just some foam adhesive to give that a little bit more dimension. I'm applying those trees to my card using some glossy accents, and you will see several times during this video that I add to this to give those a little more thickness as well. I really do like the fact that this came out so well when it was finished. The stamps that I'm using today are from My Favorite Things, and this one is not only a stamp, but it has the matching die cut as well. I wasn't really concerned that the stamp didn't stamp well the first two times. I really only wanted that third one to color. Once again, it's just making your own dimensional stickers basically, and I'm using pop dots. These bolsters are from Judy Morrow in the Sticky Stuff store. Once again, her information will be on my blog and somewhere in a comment here on the video, so you will have that information for yourself. To color this image, once again, I used Copic markers. I used a lot of purples and black and green, just some traditional Halloween colors. Her face tones today were done in E50 and E11. I kept that color palette very simple, just for the basic reason that it didn't need to be extremely detailed, it just needed to get done. So I really love to color with Copic markers. You will have to excuse how dirty mine look on the outside. I did recently re-ink them all, and a couple times during that process I had ink on my hands, so that transferred to the marker. That's easy enough to clean up. I will just be using some alcohol and put that directly on a baby wipe and clean those ink stains off. Now, I had over inked that brown marker slightly. As you saw, it actually piddled over the edges there, and I was able to work most of that back into the cardstock using my colorless blender, which honestly is more of a color remover than it is a blending pen. I go over her face several times to get it just how I'd like it, and I decided that she needed blue hair, and I really just enjoyed how that color combination just seemed to come together, and you'll see at the end of this project how well that really looks. So here I am making that dimensional sticker. I used some yellow Copic marker there so that when I do stack her together, she will have a little bit of a golden edge to her. No project is complete without a little bit of Wink of Stella. This Wink of Stella pen is I purchased from my local scrapbook store. One of our local scrapbook stores is actually having a class led by Elizabeth Craft Designs tomorrow, and I am taking both of her classes, so I'm very much looking forward to that, and I'll be glad to share with you what I make or some things I learned from that class. The die cuts that you see me sponging right here are actually both from Spellbinders. At first I was going to use the oval as well as that notched rectangle, and decided that I just needed that notched rectangle to give it more of a spooky look and to break up the starkness of the white paper. I used a damp baby wipe to sponge those edges and then just lightly go over the background, so it was easy enough. My camera actually cut off for a few minutes there, and so while you weren't looking, so to speak, I did stamp the pumpkins onto some Copic quality white cardstock and cut those out with my Big Shot Express machine, and then I colored those with Copic markers. As I continue here, I do go ahead and stack some more trees on top of the ones that I already had there. Just using some regular Tombow Mono multi-glue. At first I was just going to sponge this little octagon, and then I decided that I was going to use a little bleach, and that worked out pretty well because it took color out, and as it dried it gave it a little bit of a mottled effect, which was awesome in the end. So here you see me sponging a second piece so I can layer those together once again to give it that three-dimensional sticker look, if you will. And the reason this is so nice is that it gives dimension and it doesn't look like a sticker. It looks like something that you took the time to do. I'm going to apply one more tree in front there, add some more glossy accents to this piece. And then I'm going to use more Wink of Stella to go over the branches. At first I was just going to do the tips, and then I decided to go for it, and I did actually do the entire trees with that Wink of Stella pen so that they do have quite a bit of glitter to them. I really thought that they came out awesome. And for some reason this video is a little bit out of sequence because I thought I had cut out this part with the pumpkins, and here you see me actually coloring them in using those Copic markers. Even though it's out of sequence, I am not going to re-edit this just because it's obvious that the sequence of events as far as how it was filmed was just a little bit different. After I had applied the bats, which are done with the Srinky Dink brand name plastic, and heat set them, they did lose quite a bit of their color. They kind of browned out on me. So as I attached a few more of those bats here and there, I did decide to go back over them with a black 110 Copic marker just to darken those up. I'm adding in some stars that were cut from sparkly cardstock, very random, onto the front of this tag. I really do like the fact that that sparkle shows up. And this Happy Halloween set is actually from Lawn Fawn, and I stamped that onto Copic quality white cardstock, edged that with a little bit of that Rusty Hinge Distress ink, applied it to that octagon, and then cover that with glossy accents. I then will go back here in just a minute and cover those bats with some more glossy accents just so that that seals down any of the Copic marker that may not dry on such a slick surface, and it really does just finish off the project for me. I couldn't help myself. I really wanted some wiggle eyes. At first I thought about putting them on the girl, but that did not work out well. So I did put one on the moon. So I did apply some glossy accents to her hat, and a little bit earlier you saw me apply some Wink of Stella over that glossy accents. It just gave it a really nice shine, and it sparkles. It almost looks like that the hat itself is moving in some respects when you look at the tag in person. So it was really a lot of fun to create this. The entire process to make this tag was about 4 hours, so I enjoyed it very much. Here is a still picture in real time of the finished tag, so you can enjoy looking at that. Still pictures taken from my digital camera will follow. So I hope you enjoy those. Please give something like this a try, and if you do, let me know. I'd love to see your work. So post me a video response or send me an email so that I can see what you've been up to as well. Thank you everyone so much for joining me today. Stamp happy and be a blessing. Always be kind to one another. Remember, life's too short not to be. I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for joining me once again. Have a great day. Bye for now.